Hi, greetings, everybody. Welcome to the One True Divine Feminine and Psychic Investigations Tarot. My heart's filled with love and gratitude and grace, and just a big thank you to everybody who's helping me along this path. I really, truly appreciate it. And again, feel free to hit the like or subscribe button. Appreciate it ever so much. And today, I'm going to start very briefly again with some critical points. One, because I heard that there's a very important woman who watches my video, and I think that's great. And the key thing that you need to concentrate on is that there was a very corrupt official in the living room. I'm told a great deal of money got passed, and it got passed to take me out. However, that came down to it via lies, slander, job blocking, hitmen, sex trafficking, whatever it took, right? Large sum of money. So anyhow, concentrate on that. And again, we don't know who all was in the living room, but you can think about that a little bit. And then I want you to contemplate Gemini energy once again. Gemini is all about the twins, right? Working both sides of an issue, going back and forth between the light and the dark, telling one group of things to one set of people and then telling maybe something exactly the opposite to another group of people. And then all I can say is that there are a few people in that living room who are almost certainly going to jail. So you can contemplate on that and then look up Dr. Benjamin Church and read about his role in the American Revolution. And I think that will tell you everything you need to know. And if you have any further questions, I'd call AOC because she has read the book. And the book was used to set a whole series of events in motion that we're now witnessing on the world scene. So, all right, check it out. That's all for the specialty cards today. I hope you're doing well if you are watching. And just know I did everything I needed to do to take care of business. So, all right, that being said, we're going to jump into the astrology today. And we're working on Neptune in the low vibe energy, right? We already went through what Neptune does when it's on a high vibe. But we're going to focus what happens when this planet of sacrifice and delusions and connecting to God isn't operating quite as well as it should. Most especially when it's swimming through the 10th house, which is not only the career house, but how you're viewed in the outside world. Okay, so when it's on a low vibe energy, your career could feel kind of like it gets mired in the muck. You may not have the drive, goals, or skills to be what you once dreamed of. Worse yet, the authority figures on your job could readily scapegoat you if you're not discerning. For with this placement, you could run into fraudsters, scammers, various illusionists, people that are creating stories that aren't quite true, kind of like Benjamin Church, and who, all these illusions are popping up in the job, and they could actually be setting you up for a great fall. Okay, that's when it's not operating very well. Falling into traps could be very easy with Neptune in the 10th because there's a tendency to feel driftless. And if you don't actively work at nurturing your goals, you could fall in with shyster lawyers and other scavengers and scam artists and telescammers and even drug dealers or fake spiritual leaders. So rather than, bottom sifting and scavenging, what you really need to do is to set clear goals and follow them up as is necessary to bring your career into fruition. Now, Delusions of grandeur can also cause a person with this placement to grasp at things that they feel will usher in glamour and recognition without putting in any of the hard work. So beware, because Neptune is also an ego dissolver. So if you get caught up in the wrong things, the illusion may burst and you could find yourself landed in jail. Now, nebulous threats to your job could also keep you in a kind of stance of worry, okay, because you're afraid of failure. So layoffs or redundancies could happen, and your self-worth, of course, could suffer as a result. So this is the failure card with the coins, right? Now, your skills could encourage you to work also in the music industry or acting, or even as a clairvoyant. Social reformers are also found here. And the key is to be clear-minded and grounded. While it's great to connect with your soul tribe at work, just make sure your office has a good reputation, lest you get caught in a host of scams, because scam artists really love Neptune when it's low vibing. Now, since the 10th not only represents your career and authority figures, but also your father, there is a chance that your dad could be known for drug and alcohol addictions. The mumbling guru who's lost in the delusions of their own mind is another possibility. For with Neptune in a low vibe, escaping from reality is a primary goal. Likewise, your boss could also have a less than stellar reputation. So I call this the pipe dreams card. You know, people that are kind of lost in that fog of alcohol and pills and various other delusions. Now you can see why all of this energy would be very problematic in the house of career and outward standing if the energy is not harnessed well. You can see it kind of can create a lot of fog and delusion and whatnot over the crown chakra. And it can also turn into shiftlessness, daydreaming at work, falling in with the wrong crowd, or resorting to drugs to numb your mind. Since Neptune has a boundaryless energy, a person with this configuration may also be too enmeshed in other people's business at work. Now, for example, if you had Gemini on the cusp of the 10th house and also Neptune stirring in that house, a person with this configuration could be up in everybody's business with endless gossiping and spreading of rumors. Okay, so this is how it can work when things are out of whack with Neptune. When it's in whack, it's more of how you connect to the divine, right? Now, we're also going to do Neptune in the 9th today on the low vibe. And although the 9th house can be a very spiritual house with a low vibing Neptune, it can be quite easy to fall prey to false prophets or people that appear to be one thing and are actually something else. And yet they want to whisper in your ear words of enlightenment and redemption, but have no real connection to the divine at all. And though this placement can create renowned religious or spiritual leaders when it's operating well, on the low vibe, it tends to have a lot more of a feel like a cult. Now, if a person is weak, because the 9th has a lot to do with higher learning and reasoning skills, brainwashing could occur, right? It's as if, you're just listening to everything that everybody else has to say. You're not making decisions for yourself. And you're being led possibly by charismatic leaders that hold a very strong sway over you, most especially the undiscerning members of the group. And false prophets that require some kind of ritual sacrifice to join their merry band of believers are also indicated. So, and of course, that can cause a lot of upheaval in people's lives. Since Neptune also rules over drugs, groups that try to reach enlightenment using things like, peyote mushrooms, ayahuasca, or LSD are also indicated. Expanding the consciousness is a goal of the 9th house, and some people will be tempted to do just that using drugs. All right. Since higher education is ruled by the ninth house. A poorly vibing Neptune here could also get a student to drift through their studies um, without really paying attention, not really applying themselves. A little warning here. They also might shift from subject to subject to subject, so much so that their effort to absorb the whole, they get lost and lose their focus. Teachers they attract may also be less than grounded. Certainly, if the student wants an actual certificate from a higher establishment of learning, they'll have to make sure their school is accredited before they sign on for scam artist diploma mills, because those can certainly be found with this particular planetary alignment. Now, legal issues abound in the ninth house, or they certainly can. And this is like the devil card because, when you have Neptune in the ninth, the legal issues tend to be like a whirlwind of negative energy. And at this point, you could run into a scam artist lawyer or judge, for example, mobbed up officials who actually work for drug and prostitution cartels can lurk in these dark corners, kind of like the judge that we've heard about recently who runs a prostitution circle on the side and can't be encouraged to do his job because he might actually be, porking one of the prostitutes. So if you find yourself in a legal case over devilish things like drugs or drinking and driving or the need to sue a scam university, don't expect it to go very well unless other planets or transits are truly helping you out in that situation. Why? Because, again, there's going to be so much possessive devil-like energy with the drugs and illusions and delusions and drinking and things like that. So now, long journeys, especially over great distances, are also part and parcel of the energy of the ninth house. And you might have a yearning to take a sea voyage, for example. And so long as you don't undertake, something where you're going to run into like fog banks or unseen obstacles like the iceberg in the Titanic, well, then things should go well. But I will say that being lost at sea is very much a natural feeling for a low vibing Neptune in the ninth house. The question is, can you find yourself in time to escape the fog and learn something valuable? All right, I hope that helps. It's great visiting with everybody. God bless. I appreciate all of the detectives and everybody helping to solve my case. And yes, the things that were stolen are slowly being returned, and many crimes are being solved to the great my great friends in the FBI and law enforcement who have been working very hard to undo what happened in the living room with all the lies and the slander and the Benjamin Church energy. You really need to look up Benjamin Church if you want to get a sense of what's going on. And you need to call AOC. And she and Merrick Garland have a copy of my book, which somehow got copyrighted, maybe in the living room. And one might ask, why would you hold that back when there were so many vital things happening that needed to be dealt with? That's a question you should be trying to answer. All right, God bless and have a great day.